Hey guys, so this is going to be a story time video. It's one of a couple that I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. And the subject matter, as you can tell from the title, is going to be pretty heavy, but just going to get right into it. So, my first girlfriend when I was in high school, it was kind of a puppy love sort of thing, but we ended up relating on some pretty serious kind of mental health issues, and we both like talk to each other about our depression and our suicidal ideations. Um, so it wasn't that long of a relationship. We were only together for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. I mean, this was almost 20 years ago at this point, or maybe a little less, like 18. Um, but we related on some pretty serious personal issues. So we were together. We broke up. She ended up, getting with somebody else, and this other person ended up getting her pregnant. She became a mom at 18 or 19, I think we were at the time. And so then fast forward another year or two, and we were friends all that time. We still went to high school together. Or actually, she went to a different high school the last year, but we remained friends and friendly with each other eventually. Um, and there was one point when I was going to college. She lived not too far from the campus that I was attending, and she wanted to meet up one day, um, to just to kind of hang out, talk, that sort of thing. And she canceled last minute, and kind of I knew she was making up something about her daughter, this and that. And I knew, like I said, I knew she was making it up. I knew she was kind of avoiding, hanging out, and I knew I had a good idea that it was because she maybe wasn't doing that well. And I already had the address, and I considered just showing up anyway. Just, because just out of like wanting to help her, be there for her sort of thing. But I decided against it. Um, and my reasoning behind that was that I was like, no, I need to think of myself first. If she's gonna cancel on me, then I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not gonna, this and that. And I was proud of myself for kind of taking charge of my own life and putting myself first and my goals, and um, that sort of stuff. So um, then fast forward about 2 weeks after that, I was working, and somebody, an ex classmate, came in and saw me at work and was like, "Did you hear about Jenna?" And my guess was, like, my immediate thought was like, oh, and I think I even said, "But is she pregnant again?" And he was like, "No, she killed herself." And um, that was the biggest mind fuck that I've ever had, up until that point and since that point. Um, I don't really have the words to describe how I felt. I mean, I had to leave work. I went up to tell my manager, and I was like, and even this particular manager was like kind of a jerk. Um, and but even him, like, he could tell, like, when I told him, my voice was trembling. I could barely speak, because I was just so in shock of everything that just kind of hit me, when I found that out. And then I went outside. There were a couple other classmates, and we all kind of talked about it. And but that started a pretty long period of isolation for me. Um, before I found out, before that happened, I was starting to kind of come into this mentality of like, I'm gonna like put myself out there and kind of have fun with life. And, um, I was gonna, try to have fun with girls and all this stuff. And then I got hit with that, and it was like, um, I felt like there was something I could have done. And I know that's usually not true, and that's probably not really true in my this specific case. And even though there's a small part of me that feels like maybe I could have helped, I've come to terms with it. I'm okay with, I don't feel that guilt anymore that I used to, because I felt guilty for not, for kind of feeling like I knew that something was up and intentionally not doing anything about it. And but anyway, like I said, that started a pretty long period of like isolation and just being in my own head. And consequently, I don't remember exactly how long, a couple weeks to a month or so, 6 weeks, something like that. Um, a few weeks after her her taking her own life, um, I was warming some stuff up. My dad got into a car accident the summer before my sophomore year. That's when this happened, of college. Um, I think I had just gotten home from soccer practice. I was playing soccer, college soccer for the school, and he had a bottle of oxycodone 5 milligram pills that he wasn't really taking, and it was right next to the microwave. And I remember it pretty vividly. I was just waiting for my stuff to warm up in the microwave, and up until this point, I had only, and intentionally, I had only messed with weed and beer or alcohol. Um, but I saw the pills, and I was like, I heard they're all right. I heard they're pretty nice. They're right here. Let me try one. And I remember I swallowed one, and I snorted one, or snorted part of another one. I don't remember if it was the whole thing. And that's how it started. Just the textbook progression from there, with taking more of, the oxycodone, the small low milligram oxycodones and Vicodins and stuff like that. I started taking a little more of those, like more often and bigger doses. Then I started on the bigger dose pills, like the 30s, like the little blue, perk 30s and stuff like that. And then this was, at the time, this was 2007, 2008. So the OxyContin epidemic, like those were still around. I started messing with those. And then eventually, just from hanging around with, the wrong people, got connections to get heroin, stuff like that. And started snorting that. And then was taught how to, I was shown the ropes of, intravenous use. And so that whole, that event, her suicide, and then the pills, it was just this long period of like isolation and just losing friends and feeling sorry for myself. And I failed out of school. I was playing, like I said, I was playing college soccer, and I was pretty good. I played the NJCAA, which is like the NCAA for junior colleges, like community colleges. And then I got on to Division 3 NCAA team, and we were good. We went to the NCAA tournament that year, but that year when I went to the NCAA and I went to a regular 4-year school, I started getting bad, and then by the end of the semester, I had failed out, and so I wasn't eligible, and then I did terrible the second semester, and then I stopped going to college after that for a while, and then here we are today. I mean, there's a lot of other details in between that, but this video is already pretty long, so there's a couple other stories, kind of serious things that I want to talk about, but I really wanted to put this story out there. Just like I've said in a couple other videos, this channel has kind of turned into something that, and I mean, it's still really small. I mean, I only have like 50 subscribers, but some of the comments that I've gotten have really kind of touched my heart, I guess, and I'm just happy that, some of you guys are relating to the things that I'm saying, and I hope I can help anybody deal with what they're going through, and I have a pretty busy life right now, and I really try to do my best to get back to some of those comments, and just, to everybody, if you're still listening at the end of this long ass video, just don't give up if you're struggling. You can accomplish and you can change more about yourself. You can accomplish more, and you have more power to change the life that you're living than you think you do. Perspective is everything, and just be positive, be spiritual, try to do the right thing, listen to your conscience, and again, I hope this story helps. I hope some of you can relate to it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.